If you are running a pressure washing business in 2026, you might have narrowed down your CRM decision to two products, Jobber and Housecall Pro. Both of them are mature, both of them have huge customer bases, both of them market themselves as obvious choice for pressure washers. So the question isn't whether either one will work, they both will. The question is which one is actually going to fit your specific operations better. This is the head-to-head comparison which is going to help figure out that you don't regret your decision. We are going to compare these two on 5 things. First of all, origin, the core estimate to payment workflow, route optimization, which is the killer feature for pressure washing routes, real world pricing for solo, 5% and 10% cruise, and finally, the AI and automation each one has rolled out. Each section gets a winner, and at the end I'm going to give you the honest verdict on which one you should pick, including who Jobber is the right choice for, and even though I'm picking the Housecall Pro overall for pressure washing. Let's dig into it, where each one came from and who they are built for, which is the first thing we are going to talk about. Jobber and Housecall Pro both look similar from the outside. They are both field service CRMs with quoting, scheduling, invoicing, payments, and mobile app. But they came from different places, and that history shapes how the product feels today. So Jobber started in 2011 out of Edmonton, Canada. Originally, the product was built for green industry contractors like lawn care, landscaping, cleaning. The company has expanded a lot since then, but you can still feel the residential roots in the product. The defaults assume you've got route-based residential service, short job, recurring customers, lighter duty estimating, and Jobber's marketing leans on easy to use for solo to small team for residential operators. That's accurate. Housecall Pro started in 2013 out of San Diego. The audience from day one was home service trades, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, garage door, pool, and pest. Heavier duty trade work where estimates has more line items. The customer might want to finance that job, and then mobile workflow has to handle a tech standing in someone's basement holding a phone in one hand. The product reflects that. The estimate builder is more advanced. The mobile app is generally rated higher by techs, and consumer financing is one of the most differentiated built-in feature. So which one is for 2026? Jobber is built with a lighter residential operator like lawn care, cleaning, small pressure washing routes that look more like recurring residential service. Housecall Pro is built for much more heavier touch trade, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, and the kind of pressure washing operator who's mixing residential with commercial work and has bigger tickets. It's what Housecall Pro does. So for pressure washing specifically, and this depends on your business, Housecall Pro's heritage probably fits a wider range of operators. If you do any commercial pressure washing, parking lots, fleet washing, multi-day jobs, Housecall Pro feels more native to that work. So for origin and target fit, Housecall Pro wins the section for pressure washing. Now the section 2, core workflow, estimate to payment. Here's where the products actually diverge in way you will feel every single day. So Jobber's workflow has 3-state model. You build an estimate, then you convert that estimate to a request, and then you schedule that request ultimately as a job. 3 states: estimate, request, and a job. It works, and once you learn it, you just you stop thinking about it. But it's an extra mental step compared to Housecall Pro. On a busy day where you are coding fast, it feels like an extra click that didn't need to be there. Housecall Pro's workflow has 2-state model: estimate that can be scheduled directly, no request step, and then for an operator who's coding 15 to 20 pressure washing jobs a week, that's real-time saved because you can schedule an estimate. The estimate itself is also more advanced on Housecall Pro, more line item options, better templating, easier to bundle services. And Jobber's estimate builder is simple, which is fine if your jobs are simple, but limiting if you are packaging multiple services in one code. Jobber's AI has in the core workflow, which is overall limited. Some text suggestions in the field. The bigger AI bet is the ultimate AI receptionist, which we'll cover in section 5. Housecall Pro's AI in the workflow has some scheduling assistance like scheduling recommendations when you are trying to schedule job, and some automation for following ups, etc. So for me personally, the workflow difference is kind of thing that matters when you are testing a software for a week, and matters a lot when you are going to use it for every day for a year or a two. So which workflow works out for you? It just depends if you want that request built in as a separate thing or just an estimate overall to be scheduled. So I would just prefer Housecall Pro, which is cleaner workflow. You estimate, you schedule it, and then you convert it into a job. The third one is route optimization, and this is the pressure washing feature which you ultimately need if you are doing so many jobs every single day. Now let's talk about the feature which is going to decide how an operator is going to, how much money they are going to save on the gas, how many jobs they are going to do, etc. So if you are doing residential pressure washing with multiple stops in a day, the difference between an optimized route and a not optimized route is real money. We are talking about an extra 15 to 30 minutes of windshield time per crew per day, which is somewhere between $40 to $80 in labor cost. Over a season, that adds up to thousands. Jobber's traditional route optimization, like for example, Jobber doesn't have a native route optimization built into their core product. To get it, you integrate with a third-party route optimization tool, which can be like Optimo Route, Route for Me, etc. Both of which are good products. I think Jobber is inventing in the route optimization space because they want the customers to have that built in ultimately. So if you are for now, if you're going to use two systems, then Jobber's integration is going to be the place. Now Housecall Pro's traditional route optimization is built into their max plan at $329 a month. They do integrate with, for example, Beeline routes. You select the jobs for the day, hit optimize, and the system gives you the most efficient route and drive by. For pressure washing crews running residential routes, this is a daily used feature. The owners are going to plan the routes. And Housecall Pro's AI gets smarter with the AI route planning as well, ultimately. But overall, most people use Beeline routes with Housecall Pro. That's the bet, which is also two systems. So you can say neither Housecall Pro or Jobber has a ultra nice route optimization system. Housecall Pro's max plan does give you a little bit of edge, but this is where something like FieldCamp's AI dispatcher can come into picture, which can plug into Housecall Pro or Jobber, and it can automatically 100% automate your dispatching process that considers skills, certification, routes, anything. So I think for route optimization, neither of them are too great, but I would say overall Housecall Pro has something going in that direction. Section 4, pricing and how much it costs for a solo, 5%, 10% and bigger crews ultimately. Both companies advertise the cheapest plan in marketing and then quietly assume you will be paying a lot than that more in practice. So let me walk you through a real cost for 3 scenarios. So as I said, the solo operator. Now if you're a solo pressure washing operator, Jobber Core $39 per month is where you will start with. But if this is the plan where you don't get automation, no follow-up reminders, no advanced quoting until the Connect plan, which is $119 a month. So most solo operators end up on Connect within a few months because the automation is what saves the time. Housecall Pro Basic is $79 a month for one user, which gets you scheduling, basic quoting, payments, etc. But you don't get automated reminders or recurring until the essential, which is $189 a month. So the real cost is Jobber's $119 versus Housecall was $189, and Jobber Solo wins in this category. 5% crew, where residential plus light commercial. Jobber Connect is for $169 a month for up to 5 users, and you can add, for example, integrations for routing, which can be around $40 to $50 a month, putting anywhere from $215 to $250. And Housecall Pro has a $189 plan with the route optimization for 5 users. So ideally, for a 5% crew, the cost is somewhat equal to $15 versus $189. So I'll say Housecall Pro wins. And lastly, 10% crew is mixed, residential and commercial. Jobber Grow for Teams is $349 for 10 users. Plus you will add the route optimization, which can get up to $400. And Housecall Pro has $329 plan with most of the features ultimately without a need for integration. So in this category also Housecall Pro is the winner. And lastly, there is also a Jobber Plus plan at a month, which is for 15 users. And this is Jobber's flagship, where you get AI receptionist, full marketing suite. But for most pressure washing operations, $600 a month is hard to justify when Housecall Pro Max delivers more value at $329. So the pricing across realistic crew sizes, Housecall Pro wins in every section. And as soon as you have a team, you need routing, Housecall Pro is cheaper compared to Jobber, which starts to add up. The next category is AI and automation. So this is the section where most companies today are racing. This is the area, and both of them are making bets in different ways. Jobber's AI strategy is concentrated on their AI receptionist product, which can book more jobs. It's a real functional AI phone system which can answer your calls, take customer details, book appointments, and for a pressure washing operator who can't pick up the phone when you are on a deck, for example, that's genuinely useful. The catch is either an add-on or it's on the plus plan of $600 a month. So you're not getting Jobber's AI unless you do an add-on or upgrade your plan. And Housecall Pro's AI strategy is more distributed. They've started to roll out like AI scheduling assistants for the back office, customer message suggestions, then AI search in the help center, which they call like a CSR, and then they're building like a AI team. They have their own AI receptionist, AI CSR, which can help you implement Housecall Pro. But most of these features are available across plan tiers rather than being paywalled into a single top tier, and none of them individually are headline worthy as Jobber's AI receptionist, but collectively they are more accessible to a small operator. So the honest trade-off is if you can afford Jobber's Plus plan, the AI receptionist is the most operator impactful AI feature either company ships. If you are on a more typical plan tier, Housecall Pro's distributed AI gives you total AI in your workflow. For me personally, the question is whether you would pay an extra $250 a month to upgrade from Jobber Grow, which is at $349, to Jobber Plus at $600, just to get an AI receptionist, where you can get something like VAPI or retail for much less. For some operation, yes, call volume justifies it, but for most pressure washing operators under 10 trucks, no. So for AI and automation, this section is a split. Jobber wins on headline AI capability if you can afford it. Housecall Pro wins on AI accessibility across plan tiers. Pick a plan whether if you need an AI receptionist or not. So lastly, this is the thing we have been waiting for. What's the final verdict? I think it's pretty obvious that Housecall Pro won for pressure washing businesses' core workflow, and which includes AI accessibility, route optimization, estimation, etc., and pricing for 5% and 10% crews. If you want to start from something small, basically, then Jobber's solo plan is also a great place to start. But for pressure washing businesses in 2026, the overall winner is Housecall Pro. Cleaner workflow, better fit for mixed residential and commercial work, route optimization built in, lower real cost as soon as you have a team, and more AI accessible features. So who should pick Jobber? 3 profiles. 1, you're a true solo pressure washer who is never going to add a team, which is going to just be around $39 to $120 a plan. 2, you have already invested in Jobber's integration ecosystem, like you're using MailChimp, QuickBooks, Stripe, etc. Then Jobber might make sense. And ultimately, 3, you have the call volume to end the budget to automate that CSR part of your operations, where Jobber's AI receptionist can truly take your calls. But overall, as I said, across categories for more advanced teams, then Housecall Pro makes sense. For teams, they are just wanting to a system digitize their operations, etc., Jobber is a good place to start from. If you like this video, drop a comment, like, reshare, etc., and follow us for more reviews like this for your pressure washing business in 2026. Thank you.